Very good morning, everybody. Today, I want to discuss with you on MNCs. I mean, the coverage of my talk deals with different aspects like what is MNC, nature of MNCs, what are the reasons that are responsible for emergence of MNCs, what are the benefits and demerits of MNCs, what are the stages involved in development of MNCs, and what are the types of organization structure of MNCs. And also, I want to discuss with you some other aspects relating to MNCs. All of you might be very well aware the over a period of time, the structure of international business changes a lot because of globalization, liberalization, and the privatization. After WTO regime, a lot of changes has taken place as far as international business are concerned. That is encourages the young business community or the respective country to go behind the national boundary as far as trade are concerned or productions are concerned, marketing are concerned. I mean, there is no restriction after WTO regime. I mean, after WTO agreement, as far as the expansion of business or that productions of product other than their own the countries. However, right now the MNCs are playing very dominant role in any countries. The most whatever the products to be using by the ordinary people of society, most of the products that are producing by the MNCs. Even small country also having MNCs, and that MNCs has a lot of the contribution as far as individual economies are concerned, world economies are concerned, individual the country trade are concerned, world trade are concerned. So today I want to discuss detail about the MNCs. Already you learned about MNCs. I mean, at PU level, you have studied a little bit about MNCs, and also you have studied the organization structure in on last semester. I mean, studying strategic management. But here also we have to study what are the types of organization structure as far as MNCs are concerned. I mean, the what type of the structure is more suitable as far as organization that MNCs are the concern now. At the beginning, I want to define what is MNC. MNC nothing but what? Multinational corporation. Multinational corporation refers. It's headquartered in one country and its branches in some countries or all the countries in the world is said to be called as the MNC job. It is an enterprise uh, owns a control of productions of goods or services in one country or more than one country. Uh, that is called as MNC job. In other words, multinational corporation participating in business in two or more than two countries is said to be called as MNC job. MNC, from this it is very obvious that multinational corporation is a big organization and its headquarters is in one country and its branches spread over in few countries or some countries or many countries or all the countries in the world. That is called as the MNC job. Uh, I think all of you are aware the popular MNCs like Microsoft, IBM, Nestle, Procter and Gamble, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Citigroup, Sony Corporation. Many MNCs are working in India other than the India, but their contributions are a lot as far as improve the standard of living of people of society are concerned, earning foreign exchange are concerned, and improve the GDP are concerned, and create the employment are concerned, tap the untapped resources are concerned. So whatever it is, but MNCs have own role as far as to shaping the economy of countries are the concern now. I hope all of you clear about MNC. MNC nothing but what? It is a multinational corporation. Its branches in different countries and its headquarters is in one country. That is called as MNCs. It may be undertaking production or it may be marketing or even other than this. The intention is to make the profit that is called as the MNC. Nature of MNC. What is the nature of MNC? With the help of this, we are able to understand more about the MNC. It is very large in nature because it produces and selling products behind national boundary in different countries. That is called as the MNCs. But of course, its headquarters is in one country and its branches is in different country as far as production, marketing, and the HR. Therefore, the nature of MNCs is very large and very big. And its headquarters in one country. And I said no, its headquarters in one country and its branches in some countries in or many countries in the world. But in all the branches, no, the MNC is undertaking all functions or sometimes some functions, maybe production function, marketing, human resources, R&D, and even finance function. Sometimes only undertaking marketing, sometimes only undertaking production. Because of what? Because of many reasons. Suppose MNC is undertaking only production because of what? Because of availability of raw material, availability of manpower, and some other favorable conditions the MNC is having. That's why the MNC is undertaking only production. After that, that may be selling in many countries or different the countries are, and making a significant investment in the foreign country and buying and selling license in foreign country as far as undertaking economic activities are concerned, and permitting a local manufacturer in a foreign country to produce their product. From this, it is very clear that MNC is a large in nature as far as their size are concerned, profit are concerned, manpower are concerned, branches are concerned, economic that ability of the organization are concerned, and it may be found in all types of business. Whatever the MNCs you take, the MNC not concentrated in only one area. They are spreading in different areas, maybe agro-based industry, uh, electronic industry, or fast-moving consumer goods, and many other types of industries are there. No? You may find the MNCs in that area. And what are the reasons that are responsible for MNCs? At the time of discussion about international business, no, we have discussed why international business emerged. There are many reasons like that why MNCs emerged. MNC emerged because of what? Because of many reasons. As a result of globalization, the globalization ensures pre-entry and pre-exist. This is also one of the most important reasons for emergence of MNC. Suppose restrictions are there to enter or to exit, no? It is very difficult to emerge, or it is very difficult to come out by any individual as a big businessman, or to expand their business, or to prove themselves as a better businessman. So under globalization, there is no restriction as far as movement of capital, movement of people, movement of technology, and even in other respects. No, therefore, this is one of the most important reason that is responsible for emergence of MNC and to make the profit. This is another important reason. As you know very well, whatever economic activity taking place in any country or any individual undertake any economic activities, the intention is to make the profit. Because MNC, the MNC aim is what to make the profit. Because basically the MNC is an economic activity. By expanding their activities beyond the national boundary, that is helping the individual organization to produce more, to sell more, and to capture the market, increase the market share, and to create the employment and use the natural resource, and we utilize the natural available natural resources of respective country. So these are the some important things that are forcing the business community to enter into international business or to start their own venture behind the national boundary. And and many other reasons, even technology, availability of technology also another important reason for emergence of MNC. And sometimes favorable conditions like political, economic, social, and other the environment. No, that is also maybe uh, behind as far as the emergence of MNCs. There are many reasons. All of you might be aware, whatever economic activity emerges in any country because of many reasons. Suppose country having huge, rich natural resources in that area, the business may be emerging. Suppose the country is having priority as far as to produce the product. That time also may be reason. That is also reason for establishing the business by business community in particular area. So there are many reasons. Reasons may be differ from one organization to another organization. Even many other the factors that are directly or indirectly uh, that are responsible for the emergence of MNCs. And what are the benefits of MNCs? There are many benefits. Any economic activities taking place in any country, there are many benefits. Uh, it may be has one impact on employment. It has one impact on GDP, per capita income, and purchasing power of individual, earning of individuals, and trade balance, and even the saving the ability of individuals and utilizations of resources. There are many good outcomes as a result of having the economic activities in any countries. However, there are many benefits due to the emergence of MNCs, due to having MNCs in a particular country, like prevent concentration of economic power. As you know very well, whenever any economic activity is moving from one country to another country, that may be leads to prevent concentration of economic power, because whenever many business unit come out as a MNCs, no? Maybe productions maybe distributing among the existing organization, and profit also distributing among existing organization, and this turn to prevent concentration of economic power. Instead of producing suppose this type of arrangement not there in the world, some people only concentrating to produce the product, sell the product, and they are not that is not really helping the country or the world community to get the justice from the business community, because business basically thinking about to make the profit. So whenever having objective like this, they are not much bothering about social welfare. They are not much bothering about to discharge their obligation. Once such type of things are there, that is no reducing the concentration of power. I mean, competition will be increasing. Whenever competition will be increasing, there are many good outcomes as a result of the competition. I mean, they are fixing right price, they are treating customer properly, they are always thinking the betterment of the society by way of producing better quality product or the services. And flow of foreign the investment. This is also uh, another important good outcome as a result of MNCs. As you know very well, whenever flow of investment or foreign investment, this turn to tap the untapped resources, create the employment, and do better things as far as economic activities of respect to countries are the concern. And even MNCs ensures to tap untapped resources of the world. Every country having uniqueness as far as economic resources are concerned. Some country not having the richness as far as capital are concerned. Some country having. So, which those country not having the money or capital or technology, other country maybe suppose enter no. That is a turn to improve the technology of the country, purchase that even economic status of the country. Yeah, as a result of this, no, we are able to utilize natural resources properly. That facilitates to create the better economic environment as far as particular countries are the concern now. And it generate employment. Already I said it improves the GDP and it ensures transfer of technology. Already I said no, technology is part and parcel of any economic activities that is very essential as far as to produce better quality product. As a result of the globalization, many MNCs are emerged, and there is no restriction as far as transfer of technology are concerned. So this is no, one of the most important benefit uh, the way to respective country or individual businessman because of MNCs and ensure different types of goods and services. It integrates individual economy to world economy. These are the some important the good things of the MNCs are. Because as a result of MNCs, no, we are getting different type of product and that product having different quality and that product really meet the requirement of specific category of buyer or consumers. So MNC has huge contribution as far as uh, improve the overall the economic condition of developed country or underdeveloped countries are. And what are the other side of MNC? That is limitations of MNCs. And monopoly of MNCs kills the domestic business. All of you might be aware. The country like India having small business community, and they are concentrating in some areas. And as a result of the MNCs, no, sometime this type of organization not able to survive because MNC investment is lost. Manpower also may be more qualified or competent and having different features. And when they are using sophisticated technology and they are producing different and variety of products. As a result of that, sometime it is adversely impact on small business community. However, MNC, of course, MNC have many demerit and along with many merits, but small because the same time many benefits are there. Even okay, it is killing. Yeah, MNC is killing domestic business or small business, but same time it is also maybe supporting a small business because by purchasing product from big organization, small organization also may be emerging and they are selling goods and services at different places. And as a result of complex business environment, sometimes MNCs not work properly all of you might be aware, the business environment is dynamic and complex. Uh, the whatever the environment in a home country having that may not be found in other countries, because always change is taking place, and even political condition, technological environment, competitive environment, and socio-economic profile of individuals, and taste preference and habits of end users always changes. So these are the things sometimes adversely impact on the working of the MNCs or the ability of MNCs and exploitation of natural resources. Sometimes the MNCs exploiting that natural resources because of what? Because of making profit. That is not good for future generation, and that is not good for uh, that that away from natural disaster, because all of you might be aware over a period of time many bad things are happening because of what? Because of improper utilizations of natural resources, and it leads to increase the pollution, air pollution, water pollution, and noises. This is adversely impact on the health of the people of society. These are the things now. Speaking about merits and demerits of the MNCs. And next is stages of development of MNC. There are different the stages. First one is before become MNCs. No, first initially that organization is domestic organization, and domestic organization operation in home country, and excess production or services are there in that in particular business activities. The business organization is thinking to exporting their goods and services, and office of domestic organization working in home country, and there is no opportunity to get the funds from foreign country, and strategic strategies developed based on domestic environment, and working within domestic country rules and the regulation. These are the some important the things which are relating to domestic organization. What I'm going to tell here, stages of development of MNC, nothing but what? How the domestic organization become multinational organization. Basically, the beginning, the organization is a domestic organization. That organization producing product for a domestic purpose. Whatever excess product left, no, that is exporting. And as far as performing domestic business are concerned, the within country rules and regulation, the organization is active and producing product according to taste, preference, habit, beliefs, and customs of the domestic consumers. And whatever left, that product is exporting. That is called as a domestic organization now. After domestic organization, I mean, next is what? International company. Uh, Another second step of development of MNCs is international company. Focuses on domestic practices. I mean, in case of international company also, the whatever things come out from business activities, that is based on the previous. I mean, focuses on domestic practices. What practices actually having as far as domestic organization are concerned, so remain same in case of international company also, and here extending the wings to foreign country. International company extending their wings, I mean, extending their branches, maybe in few countries, or maybe starting their own venture in other countries as far as selling product or producing product. Uh, that is called as international company. International company, nothing but what? It is a company that having relation with international country as far as economic activities are concerned. That is called as international company, and produce more product than domestic requirement. Especially international companies are concerned producing more the product than domestic requirement. But in case of domestic organization, simply producing, but whatever left that is exporting. But in case of international company specifically producing more than domestic requirement. Intention is not exporting. Intention is not sell in other than their own the countries, and internationalizing their operation. In case of international business, internationalizing their operation. Already I said, as far as different activities are concerned, that activities may be find in the foreign countries or other than their own countries, and exploiting business opportunities other than their own countries, and it practicing domestic business values, whatever the values to be adopted by business organization as far as production, selling, marketing, and even treating consumers. These are the things purely based on domestic values, because values are very essential. Whatever business you take, that business should be in, with society. Business is part and parcel of society. Society have certain set of values and even the beliefs that are directly or indirectly impact on individuals to purchase the product. Therefore, the values are essential. Whatever values you may find in case of international company, purely based on domestic values. I mean, domestic values are practicing by business organization as far as to discharge their obligation and perform their activities and produce the product like that, and also preparing business strategies on the basis of domestic country environment, whatever strategy to be designed or prepared by international company as far as selling, producing, and managing manpower, and preparing themselves to prove better than competitors purely based on domestic environment. Of course, international company also have own strength and weaknesses. Anyway, next is multinational company. Multi already we have discussed what is multinational company. Companies having direct operations in more than one country or two country or more than two or three countries like that. MNC have centralized structure. Generally, MNC have centralized structure. Headquarter is in one country and its branches may be in different countries. Almost all the whatever things to be come out from in subsidiary, purely based on directions of the headquarter. Therefore, MNCs have centralized structure, and products are produced, and I mean products are decided and developed by the head office, and subsidiary office do not have option to adopt our local market need. But generally, whenever sometime MNC is allowing a subsidiary to undertake their own activities, but most of the important decisions to be taken by MNC from headquarter. And last one is global companies. After MNCs, MNC nothing but what? It is a corporation or it is an organization. It's branches in different countries, and it headquarter is in one country, that is called as MNC. So MNC become global companies. What is global company? It is a global company. I mean, almost all branches. The particular organization having many branches in the world, in almost all the countries in the world. So that type of companies are global companies. I mean, it branches working in most of the countries. It adopting global strategies. Global strategy is nothing but what? It producing product according to requirement of respective countries. As you know very well, every country having own values, beliefs, traditions, practices, level of income, and economic environment, and even natural environment. According to that, organization is acting as far as economic activities are concerned. Now, this type of organization are called as the global companies. It adopting global strategies. Production may be in one country or more than one country, but adopting global strategies, and marketing their products globally. This type of organization are called as global companies. Of course, certain differences are there as far as the global company or even MNCs and international company. and even domestic companies are concerned. I want to make difference between these companies. The operations, as far as operations are concerned, in case of domestic organization within the country, and MNCs two or more than country, and exporting, international company is exporting. Uh, the operations may be within country, but exporting goods and services, that is called as international company, and a global company having business with many countries as far as operations are concerned. I hope all of you clear the difference between domestic company, MNCs, and international company, and global company. Once again, I want to say, as far as operations are concerned, the global company undertake in within country, and MNC undertake in more than one or two countries, and in case of international exporting goods, and global company having the business with many countries. Investment, in case of domestic business, there is no foreign investment, and MNCs is concerned, there is a foreign direct investment, and international company are concerned also, there is a foreign direct investment, and even global company are concerned also, there is a foreign direct investment. And strategies, domestic, in case of domestic organization, considering domestic environment, and in case of MNCs also considering centralized the strategies, and international company are concerned, parent organization is designing the strategies, and global companies are concerned, decentralized the strategies have been practicing by global company, and legal issues, and domestic organization working within country rules and regulation, or come under the purview of respective country the rules and regulation. Different MNC is concerned, different legal environment, and international company are concerned, many different legal issues also should be taken into account as far as exporting and importing goods are concerned. Many legal issues also may be required to adopt and act by global companies. I hope all of you clear difference between different type of companies. And next is approaches to MNC, the organization structure. There are different type of the organization structure and having as far as particular MNCs are concerned. I want to discuss in brief. I don't want to discuss detail. The different organizations I already have studied earlier semester about organization structure. Organization structure, first of all, I want to say what is organization structure. Organization structure speaks about the position, the product, and rules and role and responsibilities of the employees. That is called as organization structure. The organization structure differ from one to another. Different types of organization structures are there. I want to discuss brief about types of organization structure of MNCs. Organization structure, nothing but what? It is a structure which speaks about types of product undertaken by the organization, types of functions undertaken by the organization, the type, nature of positions and relationship between different positions, and also it speaks role of each unit, role of employees, role of particular position, and it also speaks the responsibilities of particular positions as far as particular activities are the concern now. And first one is that one of the most important organization structure is product oriented organization structure.